Kamaru Usman is throwing out one of the boldest statements lightweight fans have heard in a while. The former welterweight champion says his teammate Justin Gaethje has officially become the most decorated 155-pound fighter in UFC history. Yes, that includes Khabib Nurmagomedov. This bold ranking comes straight off the back of Gaethje's undisputed title victory over Ilia Topuria, and Usman knows exactly how much controversy a statement like that is going to cause. Still, he's standing firmly behind it, pointing to Gaethje's track record of violent wars and statement-making finishes as proof enough.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it right now. The most decorated UFC lightweight. The most decorated. The most decorated.
Over Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Yes. I'm not saying he's the best ever, lightweight ever. Every fight he's been in, he's had a bonus. On top of that, the first two-time interim champion in UFC history. That's two different belts right there, two different titles.
Staying in that same camp, Islam Makhachev's manager, who also represents Gaethje, is now stepping in to defend Ilia Topuria following the brutal loss. Ali Abdelaziz made it clear that while Justin won the fight at UFC Freedom 250 completely fair and square, that result doesn't erase what Topuria has accomplished or who he is as a fighter. According to Abdelaziz, Topuria remains one of the best fighters on the planet, and he's urging people to stop piling on with negative commentary. Considering the war Topuria just went through, Abdelaziz believes the only appropriate response from fans and media is to wish him a speedy recovery. Meanwhile, as Islam Makhachev gears up for his welterweight title defense at UFC 330, his head coach Javier Mendez is already pouring cold water on Ian Gary's chances. Mendez didn't mince words, admitting that Gary's awkward, rangy striking style could create real problems if the fight stays standing. One well-placed shot, kick, or knee could change everything in an instant. But the moment the fight hits the canvas, Mendez says it's a completely different story. He believes Gary might be able to survive on the ground for a few rounds, but he does not see him taking over or dominating Makhachev there. Mendez also pointed to Gary's takedown defense, calling it decent but ultimately not good enough to stop Makhachev from putting him down whenever he wants to.
He does well with Islam on the stand-up because he's rangy, he's tricky, all those, but on the ground he doesn't. He does okay, but he doesn't survive on the ground, I don't think. I mean, well, okay, he might survive 5 rounds, but he won't get the best of Islam on the ground. That I'm 100% sure about that. On the stand-up, he's pretty tricky. So one punch can change everything on that. One kick, one punch, one knee, you know, so that's a different story. But on the ground, I don't see him dominating. I see him surviving, possibly. So yeah, I can see that. And then the takedown defense that he has is decent, but not great enough to stop Islam from taking him down.
After capturing the undisputed lightweight title, Justin Gaethje has confirmed that he likely won't step back into the cage again for the rest of the year. It's been an incredible run for him in 2026, starting with a unanimous decision win over Paddy Pimblett back in January to claim the interim title, and capping off with a 4th-round TKO over Ilia Topuria in June that fully unified the division, while Gaethje takes a well-earned break. There's a major update on Topuria's condition coming from his close friend Pablo Motos, who visited him in the hospital. Motos confirmed that Topuria suffered severe fractures to his nose and orbital bones, damage so significant that he couldn't even open his eyes properly while doctors worked on him. Despite the brutal trauma, Motos says El Matador's spirit is still completely unbroken. At one point, while the two were joking around about summer plans, Topuria reportedly opened his swollen eyes just enough to tell his friend that when champions fall, they fall hard. Even in that state, Topuria is already locked in on the future, expressing a strong desire to run it back with Justin in a massive rematch on home soil in Spain once he's fully healed. Meanwhile, newly minted welterweight champion Islam Makhachev is shutting down any talk of retirement before it even starts. Makhachev insists he's currently in the best physical shape and prime of his entire career, and he has every intention of sticking around in the sport for a long time to come. He was also asked directly about a potential future super fight against Topuria, and his response to that question is something fans are going to want to hear for themselves.
Турнир в Белом доме, многие тебя тоже ждали на этом турнире, но вот Хабиб на нашем подкасте сказал, что он не хотел бы, чтобы ты там дрался. Сейчас ты понимаешь, почему он это сказал?
Плюс-минус понимаю, но у нас были разговоры
разговоры. Я уже, как говорил, там в Твиттере я выкладывал. Иногда, если я молчу, все думают, что соперник, если разговаривает, то он правду говорит. Мне утром позвонили, предложили бой, я согласился. Ничего не прося, мне сами предложили бой с плюсом в гонораре. Потом на следующее утром перезвонили, сказали, что Топурия захотел где-то 20, что ли, миллионов. Ему отказали, и все, бой сорвался.
Ислам, в будущем вообще будет интересно тебе с ним провести поединок? Как будто бы у тебя уже самого уже пропал интерес.
Если 70, да, это, я не знаю, мне кажется, слухи, он никогда, мне кажется, не поднимется. 77 просто болтает, разогревает публику, и опять там что-то придумает, что у меня травма, за меня начинает говорить, что я там снялся. Да. Хотя все знают правду.
Following his fourth-round stoppage loss, Ilia Topuria has finally broken his silence, and what he's saying is giving fans a mix of hope and serious concern at the same time. Topuria admitted that after finally reaching his championship dreams, he slipped into a stretch where he lost real motivation to keep pushing. In a strange way, this devastating defeat has given him a brand new goal to chase, but he also issued a serious warning. If the promotion doesn't grant him an immediate rematch, his entire approach to his fighting future could change. If Topuria is hoping for that instant rematch, though, newly crowned champion Justin Gaethje is completely slamming the door shut on the idea. Gaethje confirmed he has absolutely no plans of retiring anytime soon. His body feels great, and he fully intends to defend his new title. However, he made it crystal clear that Topuria is not on his radar as the next opponent, pointing out that El Matador literally quit on his stool at the end of the fight. In Justin's eyes, there's nothing left to prove by running it back with Topuria right now, and he believes the Georgian needs to go rebuild his case by beating someone else in the division first. So the real question fans are asking is simple: does Topuria deserve an immediate shot at the title after a loss this brutal? In his own words, Topuria explained that his original goal was to conquer 2 weight divisions, and once he accomplished that, he found himself struggling to locate any motivation at all.
So I had a goal of conquering 2 divisions, and I did that, right? And honestly, I had not much motivation left in me after having achieved all that. When your dream is to become a world champion, and you finally get there, then you move up, set a new challenge, and conquer that too, it gets hard to stay motivated, you know? It started to feel like, what's left? What's the point of going on? I had to force myself to come up with reasons to stay in the game. And when that starts to happen, you can feel it. But now I have that fire in me again. If I don't get that fight, which I absolutely deserve, then I don't know what tomorrow holds.
Dana White is finally addressing the long-running rumors about Trevor Wittman's highly anticipated MMA glove design, and he's revealing exactly why a deal between Wittman and the UFC never came together. According to White, he was genuinely eager to bring this innovative glove design into the promotion, and he claims he personally told his finance team to get the deal done no matter what it cost. But according to White, those negotiations completely fell apart once Wittman's side requested $100 million for the rights to the glove design. White dismissed that price tag as simply impossible to justify, pointing out the staggering number of gloves the company would need to sell just to break even on an investment that size. While White is framing the entire breakdown around that massive 9-figure price tag, plenty of insiders and fans believe there's a completely different issue at play: exclusivity. Reports suggest the UFC wanted full ownership of the patent and exclusive rights to the design for itself. Wittman, on the other hand, reportedly built this glove specifically to cut down on hand injuries and eliminate accidental eye pokes across the entire sport. And he has consistently said he wants every fighter to benefit from it, no matter which promotion they compete for.
We've been talking to Trevor for years. Rashad Evans, whom I love and respect, came to me and said, "Hey, listen, I'm invested in this thing. You know, we think that we have a great product here, and I would love to, introduce our glove to that Trevor built. All those guys, like, Trevor's a genius. He makes these bags and his gloves." So we looked at it all, and I literally told my finance team, "Get this deal done. Care what it takes. Get the deal done." They wanted like $100 million for the glove. How many fucking gloves you gotta sell to make $100 million? It's impossible. So the deal never happened, but I told my team, and Denny, the girl who runs that department, she came back to me like cross-eyed, like, I can't get a deal done with these guys.
That's it from MMA Time. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA updates.